Game studios are laying off thousands of developers. At the same time, they're quietly plugging AI into every part of game production. That's not a coincidence. And if you think this is just about background art, you're about to be surprised. 2023 and 2024 were brutal for the games industry. Xbox, PlayStation, EA riot. Thousands of people cut loose. The headlines called it a market correction, a post-pandemic hangover. Sure, partly. But here's what was happening at the same time. Studios weren't just cutting costs. They were rebuilding how games get made. And AR was the replacement they didn't advertise in the press release. Let's break down exactly where it's showing up and how deep it actually goes. Start with the most visible one. Concept art used to mean hiring a team of artists to generate hundreds of ideas before a single one got approved. Now studios are using image generation tools to produce that volume in hours, not to replace final art, yet, but to cut the early stage headcount dramatically. Ubisoft has been open about using AI for texture generation. EA filed patents for procedural environment generation using machine learning. And smaller studios that couldn't afford large art teams before. They're now shipping games that look like they had 10 times the budget. The artists still in the room are the ones who can direct AI output and push it further. The ones doing repetitive asset work. That pipeline is shrinking fast. This one surprises people. NPC dialogue has always been a bottleneck. Writers draft lines, voice actors record them, and you still end up with NPCs that say the same 4 things on a loop. It kills immersion. Studios are now experimenting with LLMs, large language models, to generate branching dialogue trees at scale. NVIDIA's ACE platform is literally designed to put conversational AI into game characters in real time. The NPC doesn't read from a script anymore, it responds to you. Ubisoft's Neo NPC demo showed a character that could hold a real conversation, remember context, and react dynamically. That's not a tech demo gimmick, that's the direction. For writers, the threat isn't being replaced on the main quest, it's the ambient world, the hundreds of hours of filler dialogue that junior writers used to produce. That work is going away. Quality assurance is probably the least glamorous job in game dev, and it's also one of the most at risk. Testing a game for bugs used to mean humans playing the same areas thousands of times, logging issues, and praying the patch didn't break something else. EA has been using AI agents to run automated playtesting, bots that play the game, find exploits, and report issues without a human touching a controller. This isn't experimental anymore, it's shipping. The QA floor at major studios looks different than it did 5 years ago. Fewer seats, more automation. Here's where it gets interesting. Because all of this is actually good for players. On paper. Faster development cycles. More content. Richer worlds. NPCs that feel alive. Bugs caught earlier. Games that adapt to how you play. The Sims has been experimenting with AI-generated storylines. Minecraft added AI-driven mob behavior in experimental builds. The next generation of open-world games won't have hand-placed every single rock. AI will generate terrain that still feels intentional. The player experience is going up. The human headcount to deliver it is going down. That tension is real, and it's not going away. Look, AI isn't going to write God of War. It's not going to design a mechanic that makes you feel something. The creative ceiling still requires humans. But the games industry has always had a massive base of jobs that weren't about creative vision. They were about execution, volume, speed. And that's exactly what AI eats first. The developers speaking publicly about this are mostly saying the right things. AI as a tool, not a replacement, working alongside artists. Some of them mean it. Some of them are managing a PR moment. What's not up for debate is the direction. Studios are spending money on this. They're filing patents. They're announcing platforms. The investment is happening whether the press releases sound good or not. If you want to follow how this actually plays out, not the hype, not the panic, just what's real. That's what this channel is for. Next video covers the AI tool that's already inside one of the biggest game engines in the world. and what it actually does when you turn it on. Don't sleep on it.